Hello, my name is Lois Walton, and I'm going to be talking about the silent disease diabetes. Today I'm going to discuss the disease that's growing rapidly in numbers in our country. Diabetes is fastly becoming the fastest growing health issue affecting over 29 million Americans. What are we doing to change these statistics? Well, since so many of us are affected by this disease, coming together in our communities to discuss its impact on society is now more relevant than ever. We need to be concerned because this dreaded disease can be prevented through education, lifestyle changes, and early detection. If we ignore the problem, it will not go away. So I'm going to be sharing some ideas and suggestions on how we can make lifestyle changes that will improve our lives and give us a better, longer quality of life. The growing number of cases of diabetes continues to be a problem in minority communities. The risk factors for the African American and Indian Americans are higher than other groups. This disease can come on without warning, and early detection is imperative. Sharing information about the disease will help us learn how to cope with these symptoms when we come up with it, and show us how to recognize them. So what is diabetes? Diabetes is a group of diseases marked by high levels of blood glucose. Hormone production is hormone production of insulin in the pancreas is destroyed. It is initiated by the immune system and limits or completely eliminates the production of secretion of insulin. Insulin is required to lower blood glucose levels. How do people get diabetes? Some contributing risk factors to diabetes include being overweight, being physically inactive, and eating foods with high volumes of sugar, sodium, trans fat, and drinking beverages loaded with sugar. Heredity also plays a part in it. African Americans are afflicted by 13.2% of the population are afflicted. American Indians, 15.9%. Hispanics and Latin Americans are afflicted 12.8%, Asian Americans 9.0%, and non-Hispanic whites are 7.6% are afflicted by the disease. So you can see there's been a lot of affliction among minorities. Now the cost to the public. Well, diabetes is a very expensive disease. The total direct cost in 2012 was $245 billion. The direct medical cost was $176 billion, and average medical expenditures for people diagnosed with diabetes was a major amount of money spent on these diseases, and also trying to help people live longer lives with them. One of the outcomes of one of the expenses was hypoglycemia, which is a condition where blood sugar levels drop. There were 282,000 ER visits in 2011. Heart attack rates are 1.8% higher in adults 20 years and older. Hypertension from 2000 to 2012, adults aged 18 and older, 71% had high blood pressure greater than 140/90. That's really high blood pressure. Strokes, 1.5% times higher among adults 20 years and older. Kidney disease, diabetes is listed as the primary cause of kidney failure in 44% of all new cases. There were 49,677 people of all ages with kidney failure due to diabetes in 2011. Another important fact I'd like to share with you is amputations. In 2010, 73,000 non-traumatic lower limb amputations, all due to diabetes. So you can see the effects of diabetes on the human body. It tears up and destroys major systems that we need to function in society. Here's the problem. The problem starts with the American diet. Research has shown that there is a link between junk food and sugary drinks and a connection to type 2 diabetes. Here's a list of some offensive drinks. Number 1 is soda. And everybody loves soda. It seems to quench your thirst, but not good for the kidneys. Fruit punch, energy drinks, sports drinks, sweet tea, and other sugary drinks. All that sugar adds up. Junk food is known to raise the cholesterol levels, and a high calorie intake raises the blood glucose levels. Some of the symptoms of the disease include excessive thirst, frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, extreme hunger, sudden vision changes, tingling or numbness in the hands or feet, feeling tired much of the time, and extremely dry skin. Sores that are slow to heal or more infections than normal. The conditions and complications of the disease include nerve damage, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, kidney failure, hearing loss, congestive heart failure, depression, and amputation of the feet and hands. I remember I was just talking about amputations and how many were done in the past couple of years. Mental issues include depression and mental anxiety over worsening conditions. So you get into a cycle where you're feeling bad and then you just continue to keep feeling bad because the situation is not improving. The best defense is early detection. There's a couple of tests that your doctor can give you to determine whether you have a high blood glucose level. The first test is an A1 test. If your results are 6.5%, this indicates you have diabetes. If it's 5.7 to 5.99, that means you have pre-diabetes. If it's less than 5.7, that means you're normal. Another test is called the fatty glucose test. If your results are 126, that means you have diabetes. If it's 100 to 125.99, pre-diabetes. If it's less than 100, you're normal. There's another test called the oral glucose tolerance test. If your results are 200, that means you have diabetes. If it's 140 to 199.9, it's pre-diabetes. And if it's less than 140, that means you're normal. Now, how can we prevent diabetes? Well, the first thing we need to do is make sure we seek medical advice and make smart meal choices. Restricting salt, sugar, and fatty foods intake to recommended guidelines would help you out a lot. Choosing foods that are lower in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, low sodium, and lower sugar. Another thing you can do, if you have excessive belly fat, here's some foods that are really bad for your belly. Number one, donuts. Oh, everybody loves donuts. Ice cream, chips, beer, hot dogs with cheese, daddy red meats, pizza, giant burgers, soda, and buffalo wings. All of these are fast food items. So when you're going out to eat to those fast food places, make sure you're checking your calories and checking the sodium levels and the sugar levels. Another preventive measure is to get physically active. If you like to swim, you can swim, bike, walk, play basketball, football. All those activities will help you get moving and help you get fit and stay physically fit, and that will help you try to avoid or prevent diabetes. Also, participating in social activities gives you an opportunity to become even more physically active, especially if you do dancing and those kind of activities to get the muscles moved. Also, you need to make sure you're reading food labels. Those food labels are better than they used to be, and it can give you a lot of information. Now, another question I'd like to answer for you is, can this disease be reversed? Well, the University of Cincinnati researchers have found a way to reverse a new onset type 1 diabetes in mice. This may lead to combating the disease in humans. The American Diabetes Association states diabetes is incurable, but it may be controlled with therapy. No cure has been found, but researchers are still working on it. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this because it needs to be repeated. Watch your daily caloric intake. Educate yourself on food levels. Start the conversation on social media. Call your friends. Talk to your family. See what everybody's doing food-wise. And see if they've been to the doctor and they've been checked. And also, when you're out shopping, try to buy beverages that have less sugar so you can avoid the temptation. If you don't have the stuff in your house, then you won't be so quick to consume it and create health issues for yourself. So now what are you going to do? I've given you all this great information. Let me tell you I'll give you some suggestions on what you can do to help out the situation. One, you can help support education and funding for this disease by checking with the American Diabetes Association website at www.americandiabetesassociation.com. You can get involved by asking a donation or assisting with fundraising. You can get your local businesses to support a diabetes walk or run to raise money for awareness and education. We can stop this kill in its tracks. It's up to us to do our share. In conclusion, The disease can come on without warning. It can run in families. The importance of getting tested is imperative. We can monitor our calories and watch our sodium, sugar, and fat intake, and we can read and educate yourself about food labels. Contact the American Diabetes Association if you need more information. It's time to stop diabetes in its tracks. You can go to www.stopdiabetes.com and make the commitment. Let's stop this debilitating disease now. Thank you.